Welcome to our first WebCenter training video. Today we're going to be talking about how to fill out a custom folding carton attribute page to get the right information in and so that our estimating design team and graphics team and customer service rep back here in Chattanooga can make sure we turn quotes and samples quickly for our customers. To start off a folding carton project, we simply hover over projects, go down to custom folding carton and select it. And today we're going to be talking about how to fill out the attribute page completely, again, so that we can get quotes, samples turned quickly and correctly for our customers. Project manager is always set to me. You're the one that will be managing the project going forward and getting responses back from our customer. This is attached to the JD Edwards database and updates daily. And so if I have a ship to customer in mind, I can simply start typing the name of that customer. It'll shorten the list for me to make it easier to select. Go down here, select my customer, and then complete with the location as well. Getting in the location is important because that zip code lets our estimating team get you delivered pricing. So if I just select Bunzl Houston, but don't actually select the actual ship to location with that zip code, our estimating team is going to have a hard time guessing where you want that actually delivered. Description. Description is an important field to help me manage this project later and especially help my customer service rep understand exactly what this opportunity is for. Today we're going to be doing a fake sell to a Coogan's croissants that Bunzl Houston's trying to sell. And so I'm going to be very specific here in typing the end user's name and the fact that they want a 12 count donut box. Because maybe I have another project out there where Coogan's Croissants wants a 6 count donut box. And so differentiating those in the description is important. Just for a real stark example, if I created two custom opportunities, and for one of those I just type in opportunity as my description, but the other one I have a full description, it's a lot easier to see how managing this after you've created the project. One way is really easy. One way you're going to have to actually drive into that to see what's going on because you didn't give yourself enough clues about it. So back to project creation, we've got our customer, we've got the location, we've got a description set. I can set a due date for when I want the first task done, say Thursday the 15th. If I've got artwork, if I've got an Excel file with volumes for this, or maybe there's multiple DCs we're shipping to, I can upload that here. CSR and project team members is a really important page in the sense that if I don't select my custom CSR, they're not going to be notified that any of this is going on. So if you reach out to them and say, hey, could you move this to the next step, or could you approve something, or could you check on this, they're going to have no clue what you're talking about. And so this group is always set to customer service already, and I'm going to want it to go in and select my custom CSR. If it is a prospect, I'm going to want to enter in the prospect name and at least the ship to zip code again so we can get you delivered pricing on that quote. If it's not and we've got a ship to already, we're just going to select no. End use customer name, since I gave a nice description up here, an end use customer name actually names our project. I'm just going to make that the same, and so it's easy to find later on. Account manager, I'm just going to select myself. Moving over to the actual structure type, we have two options for you. One is custom dimensions, where I just enter in the length, the width, and the depth, and the style ID if I know it. If I don't know the style ID, I'm going to come down here and type in project notes to give the guys an estimating in CAD an idea of what I'm after. If I'm wanting a custom box that looks like one of our stock or custom boxes we already make, I can mimic this by using the structure equals to. So for instance, if I want a donut box that looks like our 1240, I can type in 1240. That brings up this selection, which tells me, hey, item 1240 is a 6-corner beers. Here's the length, the width, and the depth. It's on SBS. It uses job lot 14 point, and it packs out at 200 per case. And so I'm letting our estimators or CAD team know exactly what I want. with this style ID and length, width, and depth for the structure. For board type, I'm not necessarily tied to having to select SBS. And so let's say this customer wants a brown box on the outside and that clay coating on the inside. So I can select CCK. And since I know 14 point works for our stock item, I might go ahead and select 14 point for this custom item. This item's not windowed, and so I'll just click no. For this example, let's say that a quote and CAD is needed. I'm not quite to the graphic stage. I don't even know if the customer is going to accept my pricing. So I'm not going to want to start a graphic step right now. So to go down here, let's say the customer has a nice 4-color process logo. I'm going to go down and select 4-color process. I'm going to get in a ink coverage percent on about roughly how much of that box is going to be covered by ink. I'm going to assume the estimators are just going to use a 200 case pack. So I'm not going to really enter in any of this. The assumption is they're printing the outside and coating the outside. And we'll just select aqueous coating, which is going to be the assumption if you don't select quoting. For quote quantity, I want 25,000, I want 50,000, and 100,000. So I can give that customer some price breaks and options. So now we've completed the quote request as well. For CAD request, we are going to want to send a structure sample along with this to the customer so that they can look at it. And so for samples needed, I'm going to select yes and see that I get a couple extra options to select from here. Sample due date, I'm going to go in and actually select when that needs to be done here in Chattanooga so it can be shipped out. So if we're backing in and promise the customer it's going to be done on the 20th, probably need that CAD sample done on the 15th. So we're going to put that due date in. Clay, again, I selected a clay coated craft box and I want the clay on the inside. And so for this donut box, I'm going to make sure to select clay in. If I selected something like a craft pack box where there's no clay on that paperboard, I would just simply click no clay. But this is just a reminder that it's really important to know exactly what that customer wants and is using that box for. Are these samples glued? We do want them glued up. And we're just going to want one glued and one total sample. This whole pre-press area, you don't have to worry about it all. And now we're done with creating a custom folding carton. We've filled out all our attributes. We can quickly review, take a brief spot check, and that's basically it. So we go to create project. So our project's created. We've got a nice description here with Coogan's croissants, looking for a 12-count donut box. And we've kicked off the appropriate CAD task, which has now gone to the CAD group in Chattanooga and the estimating group in Chattanooga as well. And for now, we're done. We've created a project.